Ken Urker was on a live stream skiing. Check this out.
Oh, baby sweets.
Now I want you to notice right here, he's about to turn the camera out of frame and he is about to do what sounds like a massive lean.
Almost there.
I know. I get you the bottle. You don't want it. Okay, now you want it.
You can clearly tell he was sitting a line right there. He was using a straw. It is clear as day. Listen to it again.
Almost there.
I know. I get you the bottle. You don't want it. Okay, now you.
Completely obvious. Additionally, utilizing electronic air with the baby in the room. And GRB pretty much admitted to this in a comment. Meanwhile, GRB is in the background singing, rocking the baby, and performing. And the public is very concerned, rightfully so.
Grab your tea, because this one's hot, messy, and spiraling faster than anyone expected. Just when the internet thought things couldn't get any more chaotic in the world of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, she and her boyfriend Ken Urker dropped a live stream so reckless, so jaw-droppingly bizarre, it had everyone, from casual viewers to die-hard followers, completely stunned. And baby Aurora? Caught right in the middle of it all. So here's how it all started. Ken Urker, the man Gypsy's been publicly calling her soulmate, went live with Gypsy and baby Aurora visibly nearby. Now, you'd expect a sweet, peaceful family moment, right? Wrong. Because what actually unfolded was more like a scene from a reality show gone off the rails. Ken, on camera, casually pulled out his vape and started puffing like it was no big deal, right there, with Aurora in the same room. And not just a light puff or two. No, babe. We're talking massive clouds. Audible inhales. Visual vapor. It was like he forgot he was holding a live mic, or forgot they had a baby in the room at all.
Start with 2K.
You think we're passing? I just had it.
No, I have not. I've been sitting in this exact same spot.
See, this is what I
There it is.
This is why I buy more passes.
Almost there.
I know. I get you the bottle. You don't want it. Okay, now you want it. I know.
And the kicker? Gypsy was right there. Holding Aurora. Calm. Silent. Not a single flinch. She didn't tell him to stop. Didn't shift the baby away. Didn't even look mildly annoyed. She just sat there, holding her child as Ken vaped like he was backstage at Coachella. That was the exact moment the comment section lost it.
Ken Urker was on a live stream skiing. Check this out.
Oh, baby sweets.
Now I want you to notice right here, he's about to turn the camera out of frame and he is about to do what sounds like a massive lean.
Almost there.
I know. I get you the bottle. You don't want it. Okay, now you want it.
You can clearly tell he was sitting a line right there. He was using a straw. It is clear as day. Listen to it again.
Almost there.
I know. I get you the bottle. You don't want it. Okay, now you.
Completely obvious. Additionally, utilizing electronic air with the baby in the room. And GRB pretty much admitted to this in a comment. Meanwhile, GRB is in the background singing, rocking the baby, and performing. And the public is very concerned, rightfully so.
People weren't just surprised, they were furious. Videos of the live stream started spreading like wildfire. TikTokers clipped the footage, added dramatic captions like "Call CPS now," and "She's right there, Gypsy." YouTubers jumped on live to break it all down, and Reddit threads exploded with speculation, outrage, and side-eyes. What was supposed to be just another casual stream turned into a full-on digital scandal, with people claiming they were reporting them to Child Protective Services on the spot. And while vaping next to a baby is already a major red flag, what freaked people out even more was the vibe. Ken wasn't just vaping. He was acting off. Really off. Fidgety, erratic, bouncing between bizarre topics, sniffing loudly, and making barely coherent comments. The energy shifted from chill to chaotic real fast, and viewers started asking out loud what everyone was thinking. Is he okay? What's going on behind the scenes? And then, because apparently the live stream wasn't unhinged enough, Ken randomly challenged Gypsy's ex-husband Ryan to a physical fight. No, seriously. On a live stream. He said he'd pay for the venue, have it filmed, make it go viral, like it was some kind of low-budget YouTube boxing event. But there was no laugh, no wink to the camera. The energy was dead serious. Angry. Almost desperate. Like Ken wasn't just trying to win a fight, he was trying to prove something. But prove what? That's where things get even more confusing. No one could figure out the motive. Was it jealousy? Insecurity? A need to be the alpha now that Gypsy's moved on and started a new chapter? Nobody knew. And the chat? It was pure chaos, people dropping theories, tagging CPS, calling this a meltdown, a cry for help, or just straight up dangerous parenting. And it didn't stop there. Because just as viewers were still trying to process the wild fight challenge, Ken suddenly turned his rage towards someone else entirely, Key, a former friend of both him and Gypsy. Out of nowhere, he began dragging her, calling her names, accusing her of betrayal, lies, whatever came to his mind. No proof, no receipts, just raw, aggressive emotion, all spilling out on camera. Gypsy? Still silent. Still holding Aurora. Still offering nothing. No attempt to calm Ken down. No, hey, let's talk about this off camera. No defending Key. Nothing for the baby, nothing for the viewers. Just blank eyes and a baby in her lap, like she wasn't even registering what was going down in front of her. By that point, it was like watching a slow-motion train crash, horrifying, confusing, and impossible to look away from. People in the comments were begging Gypsy to shut it down. To step in. To take Aurora to another room. But she didn't move. And that silence? That indifference? That's what took it from messy drama to something darker, something that made people genuinely worried, because this wasn't just about vaping. It was about judgment. About responsibility. About the fact that two grown adults, fully aware they were being watched by thousands, chose this to broadcast to the world. And just like clockwork, once the backlash hit full throttle, Gypsy tried to spin the story her way, starting with a carefully worded post on X, formerly known as Twitter. In true influencer fashion, she framed it as a mental health break, dropping a casual, logging off for a bit, message like it was just another Tuesday. But nobody was buying the act. Not after what just went down. This didn't feel like self-care. It felt like full-blown damage control. People immediately started connecting the dots. This wasn't Gypsy quietly taking a step back, this was a strategic retreat. Because while she stayed active on X, every single post, video, and trace of baby Aurora vanished from her other platforms. Instagram? Gone. TikTok? Wiped. Even the baby updates, registries, and photos were erased overnight. It was like Aurora had never existed online, and the timing was way too convenient.
Hey y'all, I just wanted to give everyone an update on Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She's decided to step back from social media. Her IG account has been deactivated, and if you take a look at her TikTok, there are only a few videos left on her account. On July 11th, Gypsy posted a video explaining that she had deleted the TikTok app for a few days while she was on vacation in Texas. She said she really wanted to take some time for herself and to focus on her family. She shared that she's living real life now, and that's where her head needs to be, which honestly makes a lot of sense given everything she's been through.
Speculation ran wild. Many strongly believed that CPS, Child Protective Services, had stepped in behind the scenes. The whispers were everywhere. Gypsy was either warned to keep Aurora off social media, or risk losing her entirely. And while nothing has been officially confirmed, the timing, the clean sweep, and the sudden silence said more than enough. This wasn't just public pressure. This time, it felt like real consequences were creeping in close, and for the first time, Gypsy seemed to actually feel it. And let's be honest, this isn't the first time Gypsy's parenting choices have raised alarms. Not even close. In fact, what's disturbing isn't just this one live stream incident, it's the pattern it reveals. Over time, people have noticed a string of concerning behaviors that all point to something deeper, something much more troubling. There was the video of Aurora strapped into a car seat, with the straps clearly too loose, the chest clip sitting way too low, and nothing secured the way it should be. It didn't take a parenting expert to see it was unsafe. And when concerned followers tried to help in the comments, Gypsy brushed it off. Like always. Then there were the clips, multiple, where Aurora could be heard crying. Loudly. For long, drawn-out stretches. And what did Gypsy do? Kept recording. She didn't pause, didn't pick up her baby, didn't even react to the sound. Instead, she pushed through the video like nothing was happening, as if Aurora's cries were just background noise. Later, she claimed her daughter had colic and turned it into a kind of sad girl storyline for views. But viewers noticed something chilling. There was no effort shown to soothe her, just more content. More captions. More talk about Gypsy's emotions. Even when she claimed she wanted to protect Aurora's privacy by covering her face with stickers in videos, it backfired. The stickers were so poorly placed, people easily edited the footage and revealed the baby's face. And Gypsy? She kept posting, knowing full well what could happen. Privacy wasn't the point. The attention was. Then came the baby registry, links blasted publicly, asking fans and strangers to send gifts, donate money, support her journey as a mom, but people weren't convinced. It felt less like a new mom preparing a nursery and more like another viral moment waiting to happen. Some even said it felt transactional, emotional currency in exchange for baby toys and sympathy points. When you zoom out and look at it all together, the picture becomes painfully clear. Aurora wasn't being celebrated as a child. She was being used. Whether it was for likes, views, sympathy, or free gifts, Gypsy's daughter was becoming part of the brand. And that realization shattered a lot of hearts, because people can tell when there's real maternal love. It's in the instinctual way a mother looks at her baby, the way she responds to the tiniest fuss or smile. But with Gypsy, viewers began noticing something off. A distance. A weird stiffness. Almost like she was pretending to be a mom on camera rather than actually being one. Like she was going through the motions she'd seen online, hold the baby, smile for 2 seconds, then quickly shift the topic back to her hair, her feelings, her makeup, her trauma. It was always Gypsy at the center, even in moments when it should have been all about Aurora. And when Aurora cried, Gypsy didn't reach out. No hugs. No calming whispers. Sometimes there wasn't even a reaction. Other times, she'd just awkwardly laugh, as if the crying was some weird inconvenience rather than her child in distress. Over and over again, that same pattern played out, a lack of comfort, no nurturing energy, just cold detachment. And while that was hard enough for viewers to watch, especially fellow moms, what made it even worse was the other half of this parenting duo, Ken. Because believe it or not, he was once seen as the stable one. Quiet, low-key, a calming contrast to Gypsy's social media whirlwind. He didn't have her criminal past. He seemed like the safer option. But that mask? It shattered. After that live stream, people saw something else entirely. Not a calm, protective father figure, but a man who looked completely unhinged. Erratic behavior, nonsensical rants, vaping aggressively next to a baby, challenging people to fights, attacking friends without warning. It was chaos. And not harmless chaos. Dangerous chaos. The kind that makes people start whispering words like unfit and unsafe. Together, Gypsy and Ken are painting a picture that's hard to ignore. One has a violent past, the other is starting to raise serious concerns about substance use and emotional stability. And when you put them together, what you get is not a family, it's a ticking time bomb. And just when people thought they'd heard the worst, the internet dug up something even darker. One of the most disturbing things Gypsy has ever said, a comment so twisted, so deeply unsettling, that even her most loyal defenders had to pause. During one of her online rants, she casually mentioned that she would have offered her hypothetical 13-year-old daughter to her ex-fiancé. It was the kind of comment that left people speechless. No punchline. No backtrack. Just said. And it's haunted the internet ever since. And then came the moment that chilled everyone to the bone. A throwaway line, at least that's how Gypsy tried to play it, something so disturbing, so out of pocket, it didn't just spark concern, it triggered outright panic. In one of her many online rants, she casually mentioned that she would have offered her hypothetical 13-year-old daughter to her ex-fiancé. No hesitation. No remorse. Just said it like she was talking about what's for dinner. And while she later tried to walk it back, brushing it off as some joke that people were taking too seriously, the damage was already done. Because that's not the kind of thing you joke about. That's not a slip of the tongue. That's the kind of statement that rips the curtain down and lets people see exactly what's going on underneath, and it terrified them. This wasn't just a poor choice of words. It was a window into a mindset that most parents couldn't even comprehend. Most mothers have a natural instinct to protect, to shield, to guard their children from anything remotely dark, let alone something as sickening as grooming. But Gypsy? She spoke about it like it was a deal being negotiated, like it was something she'd thought about, processed, and packaged in her own twisted logic. And that's what really struck people. The fact that this thought even lived in her mind. The fact that she could speak it aloud, and not immediately recoil. It didn't just expose carelessness, it revealed a terrifying disconnect from what it means to be a mother, to put your child first. To sacrifice. To protect. It made people ask, if this is how she talks when she's trying to be relatable online, what else is going on when the cameras are off? What other boundaries is she willing to blur, or already has? That one sentence didn't just spark outrage. It cracked something open. And what spilled out was fear. Not performative, comment section outrage. Real, gut-level fear. For Aurora. Because suddenly, all the other incidents, the live stream vaping, the bizarre rants, the weaponizing of Aurora's colic, the inappropriate comments, the cold, performative interactions, they all hit different. They weren't isolated. They were connected. A series of red flags that were no longer ignorable. And now, people aren't just mad. They're drained. They're done. The comment sections are filled with desperation, pleas for someone, anyone, to step in and pull Aurora out of the spotlight, out of the chaos, and into safety. Because here's what people are finally screaming into the void: Aurora didn't choose this. She didn't ask to be born into an online circus of trauma baiting, rage lives, and emotional manipulation. She didn't sign up to be content. She didn't volunteer to have her every cry turned into a sympathy post, her baby photos blasted with filters and face stickers that couldn't even protect her identity. She didn't ask for secondhand vape smoke. Or for strangers online to know more about her than the people who should be protecting her. She is just a baby. A real child with real needs. And she deserves more than being the emotional pawn in her mother's endless quest for attention, validation, and freebies. She deserves quiet, nurturing, safety, love that doesn't require an audience. And now, behind the scenes, the rumors are louder than ever. CPS may have finally had enough. Word is, that livestream wasn't just a breaking point for the public, it might have been a line crossed for the authorities, too. Whispers say that calls were made. Screenshots submitted. Videos forwarded. Because at some point, this stops being a TikTok drama and becomes something far more serious. If Gypsy does lose custody, it won't be about shaming her past or punishing her for views. It'll be about saving Aurora. Giving her the chance at a real life. One where her development is prioritized. One where her mental and physical health isn't compromised by chaos. One where she grows up knowing that she's loved for who she is, not what she can generate in clicks. No child should ever grow up feeling like a side character in their own life. No baby should have to fight for attention against a ring light. And no mother should prioritize a follower count over her daughter's well-being. Aurora deserves parents who see her. Who hear her. Who center her because they love her, not because it plays well on social. Parents who think ahead to school applications, not trending sounds. Parents who show up for bedtime stories, not just brand deals. If you made it this far, thank you for watching and staying informed. This story is still unfolding, and Aurora's future is hanging in the balance. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think CPS will step in? Should they? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next update. This isn't just gossip, it's real life, and some stories deserve to be told until someone finally listens.